Hello?
Hello. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Is that echo gone now?
I think it's gone now.
Okay. Because I went back into the audio settings and I messed around few things.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Please let us know in the comment section if it's okay. I guess all what you were saying was just not okay. Maybe we should stop and then come back live again. What do you think?
Okay,
Because
because the echo is still ongoing.
she said it's okay, but I feel like all what we have said earlier, if someone comes to listen, the person might not really understand what we
Oh, okay.
said.
Maybe we could just go back and recap everything we just said. I don't,
Okay.
yeah.
Hi everyone. Sorry again. We apologize for the echo tone. Like we are both learning this what do you call it? StreamYard
StreamYard.
together. So we apologize for everything. But if you just joined us, we started talking about the topic ghosted by important friends. Most of the times in our lives, we end up most of the times talking about being dumped. Like we focus so much on the romantic relationships, but then we do not focus on the friendships, the non romantic relationships. So today we came to all of you to talk about ghosted by friends to discuss that one. We have the link to the what do you call it? The you joining the StreamYard in the comment section. So please join us and share your ideas. You can just click on the link, and then you join us and let us continue. So we are going back to it again. Mrs. Alice,
Yes,
what
I'm
do
right
we
here.
understand or what do we say? How are we? Why are we looking at this? And when we say we have been ghosted by friends, what does it mean?
Um, to me, it simply means, somebody who has, friendship, you start from a certain level. Let's say you start talking high, high, then you go more personal, and then this, most of the time, or some of the times, these people become more like a family to you. People you could sacrifice anything for, you could go above and beyond, you love them as yourself. And then you wake up one day and it's like they're to- total strangers that you have never even met before. Like you ask yourself, is it really this person or am I dreaming? Like they stop responding to your messages, they stop calling you back, they don't pick your calls. The attitude, it's to me, it just happened like an overnight thing. Like you wake up one day and then you realize that this person is gone. They don't want to have anything to do with you, and they have not given you any reason. And like I said before, unfortunately, because of the echo, I used to, when the few times that those I came into those situations, I found myself in those situations, I would go after the other person trying to find out what I have done. Because, like you and I were saying, we are not perfect. Sometimes these things could be our own doing, maybe something we have said or we have done. So I try to find out, it's okay if you don't want to be my friend anymore. I'm not going to force it. But I just think that it is fair for you to tell me exactly what I have done so I don't repeat the same thing to another person in the future. But I realized that all the times that I went to the other person trying to find out what I have done, they would just tell you that, oh, it's okay, you have not done anything. I've just been busy and I have this and that going on, da da da. And you look at the person's body language and what is coming out of their mouth, and then you just know off the table that they're not being honest with you. There's
Yep.
more to what they're telling you, but
Mhm.
they're not willing to tell you for whatsoever reason. So recently, like I said, I have started asking people for closure. I don't know if it's the right thing I'm doing, but I have just decided in my mind that whatever attitude that you have given me or you are giving me is all the closure that I needed. So sometimes maybe I have invested too much of my emotions into the friendship than you
Yeah.
have done. So it's easy for you to just,
Go.
walk away. But
Mhm.
I don't think anybody who have, I mean, let's be honest, if you have really invested so much of your emotions into somebody, it's not easy to just wake up one day and say, I'm going to forget like they never existed.
Yeah.
So I realized that maybe I was giving more than, you know, I should have given. So I try to these days, with friends, it's hard to do. It's so hard. I don't know if it's just me, but it is just so hard, to say this person is your friend and not invest your emotions into that person.
Exactly.
It's like being
Exactly.
a fake friend to me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Exactly.
because sometimes with some of my friends, my female friends, sometimes we talk over the phone and then maybe one of us will say, I love you. Before we hang up, we say, I love you sometimes. And then imagine if I don't feel the same way about you, Tina, and then
Mhm.
you tell me, I love you. And I say, I love you too. I'm being fake with you.
Definitely.
I'm not
So
being honest.
yeah. So what do you think? Why do you think people just do that? What makes people just ghost you and they just don't want to tell you the truth? Why? What do you think people do that?
I think this is my personal opinion. I may be wrong, but I think it has to do with some level of immaturity,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are we have mental maturity and emotional maturity.
Yeah.
To me, my personal understanding is that um sometimes, as friends, you could be good with somebody, but maybe they might have heard something about you from a third party, and instead of them to come forward with you and ask you, oh, okay, I've heard that you have done this, or you are saying this, or, this is what I have heard. To hear your side of the story, they just decide to go with whatever they have heard. And they try to give you that attitude, and they don't want you because now their best friend has all of a sudden become a demon. So they don't want to have anything to do with you without even hearing your side of the story. I'm not trying to take us away from this contest, but
Mm-hmm.
from my past, this is something I have experienced before. Like, I'm talking about personal, true life story that I have experienced. I have experienced these things not once, not twice. Oh, I've been through hell back and forth with people.
Yeah.
And this is somebody that I would say I would do anything for, that heard something horrible about me from somebody who totally fabricated. I don't know if you have experienced something like that, like somebody fabricating a
Yeah. For
story
me
about
now
you.
it's normal to me.
Yet, you even hear the story and you are like, who are you talking about again? And then it's you, and I'm like, me? that kind of a situation. So
Mm-hmm.
the other person hears the story and they just decided to ghost me. And you will not imagine, it took 7 years. It took 7 years. And it was something else we were talking about later on. And then she brought it up that I thought you did this. And I'm like, who said? And then she now mentioned the other person's name. I'm like, you should have come to me all these years. So
Yes.
this was what warranted your attitude towards me those times. I
Yes.
mean, and it just breaks your heart to know that somebody could easily believe a third party
Yeah.
more than hearing your side of the story. So it all boils down to immaturity on a certain level. And
Yeah.
then also, um, in a few cases, I think it also has to do with silence enemies. Recently I asked a question on my page, are you your friend's friends? And it all boils down to like part of this discussion we are having right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said, you have invested too much emotion than the other person has invested. Maybe you were seeing them as a sister, but they were just seeing you like somebody they just met.
Yeah.
They just want to, they need you as much as you are of use to them, for as long as they could benefit something from you. For as
Yeah.
long as you are of use to them, you are the best person. The
Mhm.
moment that benefit goes away, they don't know you. That is my personal opinion. I may be wrong.
Definitely. We are all sharing our views here, and
Mhm.
what you said is, for me, it's correct. But then also, me looking on the other side, sometimes too, as I ask this question, why don't they really want to tell you what you have done to them, and they just keep quiet on you?
Mhm.
Um, I feel like sometimes it's human nature. Some people were just created like that, and sometimes too, how do I say it? We are kind of biased towards people who speak their mind as humans, if you've realized
Exactly.
that. So this thing makes people keep quiet. Instead of confronting you, you are my friend and you've done something to me that I think I don't like. Instead of me telling you, I have this notion that people would think I talk too much, people would think I nag too much. So the best thing
Mhm.
for me to do is just keep quiet over it,
Mhm.
which doesn't really help. Hello Winnie, hello Paula, hello Laurentine. Thank you all for joining us. Please, the link is in the comment section. So let us just click on it and join us if you want to share your opinions. Okay, we'll love that. We are just discussing. We are just saying ours, but we want everyone to join. Okay. So as I was saying, the notion that people would just tag you that you like nagging, you like talking, makes people don't want to say anything even when someone offends them. But my for me, I think if you have friends, like if you see someone as your friend, um said it's not working on my side. Wow. Please hold on, let me finish with this one. So if you see someone as your friend, I think you should be able to tell them if they've done anything wrong to you, if they offend you, if or even if they do something that you don't like. Once you see that person as a friend, you should be able to let them know that this thing that you did, I don't like. Even if the person didn't do to you, didn't offend you, by you realize that the person offended someone, you as the friend should be able to correct the person. In Ghana, I don't know if this Alice can help us with the English, but in Ghana they have this adage that nimpa na o oritwa kwan no onim de nature akyea. I don't know how it's said in English.
I try to tell my husband the same thing in English, but I just um say it's like the person who is dancing doesn't know if their steps were wrong or not. They are
Mm-hmm.
making the wrong moves. So it's the one who is watching you who would be able to tell you
Let
that
you
you are
know.
dancing off beat.
Yes. Yeah,
You wouldn't know you are
definitely.
dancing off beat yourself.
So sometimes as humans, we ourselves do some things that we don't even realize that we are offending people.
Hmm.
Let me try and see if I can put this here. I'm going to copy it again and then put it in the comment section. So please, I just did. Let me know if you see it. Okay. Click on it and then join us. So, as we are saying, if you see yourself as my friend, if you should be able to tell me when I do something wrong, not to you alone, but to someone else. We are humans.
Hmm.
We are not perfect. And we do wrong without even realizing that we are doing that.
And
So please
Doctor,
go ahead.
I'm not interrupting you, but just because of what you said, just brought something quick to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said this, that being my best friend or me being your best friend doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that you say or do.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes someone who truly loves you to tell you that no, this thing you are doing is not right.
Yeah.
So I believe if um, we could go back to being honest with people, then we should be able to tell people upfront when they're wrong instead of holding that in your heart and uh, pulling away from them. Or I think other in some cases too, people just try to avoid being seen as a confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go and ask the other person. Then maybe that will, especially with us women, it could turn into an argument here and there. Then you don't know. So they just try to avoid that whole situation and just, okay, let me just let her be. But I don't think if you truly love someone, that is the best way to go about it.
Exactly. That's that is you've said it all. But then as you ask the question on your page, like can you say it again? Like, is your friend truly your friend or is someone else's
Are you
friend?
your friend's friend?
Are you your friend's friend? I've realized that like sometimes we tell ourselves, okay, this is my best friend. For
Hmm.
you in your head, that is what you'll be thinking. But the best friend also has another friend.
Let me share this little story with you about
Hmm.
that. Are you your friend's friend? Very interesting. Two little kids. There was a program in my son's daycare. So where all parents came, and after the program, we had a nice time. Take some juice and cookies, and we were all trying to interact with each other. Then during the program, I realized there were two boys the same age as my son, and they were sitting together, giggling, talking back and forth. But I realized that let me just call them boy A and boy B.
Hmm.
So when they were sitting together, and then boy A stood up to go stand elsewhere, and then boy B followed him. So I could see that boy B tries to do everything that boy A was doing. And
Hmm.
even during it was a stage play. So when the boy A was playing a certain role, I think that they were in the same class. So the teacher also put them in the same role. And he made sure he was right beside his friend. So during after the program and we were talking, I happened to be talking to his mom. Then he ran and came to his mom, and I was like, "Hi." I could see that you didn't want to let go of your friends, like you were going everywhere he was going. He said, "Yes, that's my best friend."
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I asked him that question before he even answered. You could see how his face light up, his
Mm-hmm.
eyes, the joy from his heart, and it really melted my heart to see, the way he loves his friend, and he wants to be everywhere that he. It was a little bit obsessive, as grown up we would say, but I think it's just an innocent um, boy who was
Yeah.
trying to make a best friend. Then, as we were moving around, I happened to also talk to boy B, sorry, boy B. And then I'm like, "Hi, I spoke to your friend. He said you are his best friend." Immediately, he just said, "No, he's not my best friend. My best friend is." Then he mentioned another boy's name. So immediately, my face just dropped. I'm like, and this boy was not standing there. The boy A was not standing there when he said that. So in my mind, it just brought me back to that question I asked, are you your friend's friend?
Yeah.
Sometimes you are moving together with this person, you eat together, you go everywhere together, you gist, you talk about all the girl stuff, you go shopping, you visit each other, families know themselves, and you think you are family. This person is a sister to you. They're more than any other person in your life, but in their head, you are not that much important.
Definitely. Definitely. This is a perfect example. This really is a
It
perfect
really broke
example.
my heart for the other boy.
Yeah, it's will. It's will.
The
It's a
way he just
definitely.
instantly said, "No, he's not my friend." Like,
Yeah. It's it's sad. I'm just
yeah,
just listening to
unfortunately,
it. It's just
that
really
boy
sad.
would go home every day and tell his parents about his best friend, and his
Yeah.
best friend is also talking about another friend.
Another friend.
And I read a story on a certain page, I don't remember the exact page, about when the lady said when she was little, back in the days at school, they were asked to come on stage with their best friends. And when it was her best friend's turn, she was happy that her best friend was going to come for her. But this girl went for another girl, meaning she wasn't her friend.
Yeah.
And she just started thinking, I thought you were my best friend.
Oh God. Like I'm really enjoying
Heartbreaking.
this conversation and I'm learning a lot from it. Paula, thank you so much for the stars. We really appreciate. Winnie, I'm waiting for you to click the link and join us. So please join us, okay? I'm waiting for you. And Paula, if you can also join us, please join us. But if you don't have to come on live or you can just be on audio, we are good with that. So
Hmm.
um how
Just share
do
your
I add
personal
to stage?
experience with
Yeah,
us.
that's oh sorry.
Thank you so much, Winnie.
Add to stage. Yeah. Oh sorry. Sorry, I was logged in on two phones. I tried to join it with my page, but for some reason it won't let me join it with my page. Oh wow. So
Oh,
I had to
wow.
switch to my personal profile. I don't know why.
That's okay. Thank you for joining.
It's a pleasure. I'm glad I got to see your notification. Thank you for tagging me. It's a really really good interesting topic. Sorry, I'm in the
Hmm.
my It's okay.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. We're all trying to get ready for work tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's
Winnie
a
is
lot to do
never,
around the house.
yes, Winnie is never in a proper attire. She just goes with the flow.
That's
But thank
okay.
you for having me on your show, Chris and Tina Montgomery, and thanks for having me as well, Alice's World. Thank you guys.
Thank you
So
so
it's a
much.
pleasure
Thank you.
here. So we're talking about ghosting friends.
Hmm.
Yes. I came to life when it was already 30 minutes into it. Yeah, we were actually having problems. So I'm saying I should say that the 30 minutes was really noisy. So we
Hmm.
are just started. So yeah.
friendship is a really are we talking about being ghosted by friends and in respects to social media or what? Or just in general, in a general?
More like in general, but not romantic, involved. Maybe your best friend, especially somebody who you have, who has, there are some friends who become like family to you. You
Yes.
have developed the friendship to the level that you no longer see them as a friend, but a family. Somebody you could go above and beyond for sacrifice. You are just there. You think, or you thought they were there for you. Then you wake up one day and realize that they stop picking your call, they don't respond to your message. You go and ask them, what did I do? And they, oh, it's fine. You didn't do anything. I've just become busy. And they're not being honest with you. There has to be something.
Yes, yes, and you're very right. I had an awakening. Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. Let me mute myself.